What would your reaction be if I told you that you could do motion capture within Source Filmmaker just with the Kinect? Now, you might have already been aware that you could use 2 Kinects to create your own little motion capture studio in home, but you can actually use just one, and it still creates plausible results. Now, let's go over all the things you need. You need a Kinect, Source Filmmaker, the Ipisoft Studio, and Ipisoft Recorder. All the software you need is free except for Ipisoft Studio, but you do get a free trial, so. The Kinect isn't even that expensive. If you go to eBay, you can find it for well up to $15 to $25, as long as you're looking for the 360 version, of course, which is the one I'll be using. When you've got your Kinect running with your system, just start up Ipisoft Recorder and then hit the Kinect, and then record video. Now you just need to set up the recording area. You can change the height of the Kinect by using the slider that's on the screen. Once you've got it all set up, just go to the Background tab and select the Evaluate Background button. This will check for your background and see what it's going to be cropping you out of. After all of that, all you need to do is hit record and stand in a T-pose so that the Motion Capture Studio will recognize you later on. After you've stood in this pose for a couple of seconds, you can do the motion that you want to record. Usually you want to try multiple times so that you can pick and choose from the different takes you'll do. And when you're done, just walk back to your computer and click stop recording. And after that, you can press the play button to preview your recording. And if it looks nice and dandy, you can move on to Motion Capture Studio, where you'll be able to apply your animation to a rig. To do that, just press the Motion Capture Studio button up in the left corner. This will take you directly to Motion Capture Studio, and it will automatically load your recording. But before any of that, we just go into Source Filmmaker real quick. All you gotta do is load up the model you want to use, just place him somewhere, and export the animation. We need this because this will export the rig that's gonna be used with Motion Capture Studio. But anyways, back to Motion Capture Studio. The first thing you need to do is select your height so that the model will represent you accurately. After that, just scrub through the timeline at the bottom of your screen, and try to find the beginning of your take, signified by your T-pose. Now drag the region of interest bar to that point, and then try to find the end of your take, and drag the end of the region of interest bar to that point. Then, move the model onto your body by clicking the Move button at the top of the middle of the screen. Then slide him over to fit your body using the arrows. When he sits firmly on your body, go into the Tracking tab and click Refit Pose. A couple times for good measure. Then, just click Track Forward, and it will start tracking your movement. This might take a while, so be a bit patient. When it's finally done, look through it and see if it looks any good. And if it still looks a bit jaggedy, you can use the Jitter Removal tool, which will help smoothen it out a little bit. So after that's done, go into the Export tab and find the rig that you exported from Source Filmmaker, and apply that as the target character. Then you should be able to see the skeleton of the character that you exported next to the animation that you just recorded. And if it looks good, just export the animation, and then head back into Source Filmmaker. Now that you're back in Source Filmmaker, just right-click the model that you exported the rig from earlier, and then import the animation that you exported from the Motion Capture Studio. And there you go, now you have your motion captured animation in Source Filmmaker. Alright, just please leave.